Okay folks, I wanted to show you something so awesome. If you don't think it's neat, then you are a crack smoking hippie. You can make it for a total of $60 or minus the speed light for $30. This is the second one I've made. I don't particularly like making it because it takes about 4.5 hours to make it, and voila! How awesome is this? Let me turn it on. Let me turn my cheap SB22 speed light on. Let you take a look at it. Now, you think that duct tape is holding those fiber optics in, and it's not. And you'll see from the upcoming video that that's not the case. I actually have a hard as rock JB weld underneath this. These are only to stabilize these are 2 mil, by the way. And there's 29 of them. Perfect 360-degree circle. It is a modified, I've got the Tokina 100mm 2.8 macro lens. It is a modified Tokina lens hood. Okay, now 100 foot of 2 mil fiber optic, I'll give you the link for it, is $20. Then you'll have to use 2 sticks of 2 different types of JB weld. One that you actually have 25 minutes to modify, and the other one that gets rock hard in about 5 minutes. Now, I don't know if you know what JB weld is, but it's a binary putty. It's just like Play-Doh. You actually smash it together, and once you smash it together, then it's activated. And you've only got so much time to actually shape it and form it, and then it turns basically hard as a rock. So you can't see it on any of this duct tape, but you see it in the upcoming videos. Is that what is actually holding these in place? If I removed all the duct tape off of the front of this thing, these would still be in place. So this is just to hold them in their respective positions, okay? As you can see here. Now on the back I have a very cheap, you can get it for 25 bucks or $30, an SB22 speed light. Now working distance on this, as you can see here, let me show you. I can get as close as you want with the Tokina, and as far as you want to get is about 1.5 feet. So you have 1.5 feet to maximum distance, a minimum distance on and the light is absolutely incredible from this unit. Absolutely incredible. Take a look. Now let me do something else. Change here, go about 1.5 feet. You need to have it at manual focus because with this on the front, there's a little bit too much torque for the autofocus system, but that's no big deal because 90%, doesn't matter how good autofocus macro lens you got, 90% of macro work is manual focus anyway, so who cares about that, right? There we go. One of the great things with having a ring light like this is obviously perfect illumination for macro work, but you know, obviously the Tokina does not have vibration reduction, so you can crank it up to 250th of a second and f36. So your depth of field on any macro lens is incredibly shallow. So with this, I can sit here and I can handhold. What I actually do on this is I actually pre-focus the distance that I want. Then I'll actually move in or out until I get my focus confirmation. It's just far easier that way. Perfect, even, incredible illumination. Works absolutely beautifully. Beautifully! Now, I'm certainly not the first person to build one of these. However, mine is the most simple design. Now I have a modular box where this is removable. I have a box permanently attached to the SB22 speed light. Now you have to actually have your camera in manual. You know, if you're a puss and you don't know how to adjust, you've really only got 2 flash modes with the SB22. But I'm trying to keep this as cheap as possible. So say $30 for the SB22 and $30 for everything else. Most of that is $20 for the 2 mil 100 foot. You'll end up with 50 foot left over. More than that actually. 2 mil fiber optic, and this is not actually glass, it's I can't remember the exact name, it's plastic basically. However, it kind of breaks like Not exactly like glass, but if you ever to break a filament on one of these, it's very, very, very easy to replace. But I have this whole modular assembly that slips in out from the speedlight box. So I have a box inside of a box right here, and the whole thing is held in place with a Velcro inside of a secondary box. And let me turn the phone off. Someone always calls when I'm making a video, don't you know? Where was I? Right. The whole thing is held in place by Velcro and foam, so no light gets out of here. It's just held in place simply by friction. Very, very simple. Most of the time is spent actually forming the JB weld around the lens hood of the Tokina 100mm. So all I did was I actually you'll see it in the 3 videos that follow this, how to make one of these. I just did JB weld, which is just like putty, just like Play-Doh, and you're able to mess with it for 25 minutes, the white variety. And you'll see which type in the next coming videos, and then you'll actually need to have little holes in the JB weld that holds in all the fiber optics. So like I said, if I were to take all this duct tape off of here, everything would still be perfectly in place. What's holding the fiber optics is not the industrial duct tape. These are just to lock the positions in as far as how far they slide in or out. Right now I have them sticking out about 2 millimeters along the ring of the speed light. So, and how easy is it to use? How wonderful? Well, great. I don't need vibration reduction. Right now I'm at 1/250th of a second at f/22. Incredible. Incredible. You only have 2 flash outputs on the back of the SP22 with modern digital Nikon DSLR. You got full blast, and then the other 2 settings are the exact same output. But who cares? I mean, you know, you adjust your shutter and aperture to match, and you know, I'll pre-focus where I want to get. Let's say I want to take the picture of this as close as possible. I know I need to drop down to, I need to drop it up to f/25 or 32, I believe. Let me check. A little too bright. Maybe f/32. ISO 400, no less. Ta-da! Very simple, very wonderful, very modular, easy to repair. These are, you actually, even if you were to bend them almost double, they still won't break. I forget what sort of plastic it is, but it's short run fiber optic cable. Like I said, you get 100 foot of it for $20 on eBay. I'll give you the link below. This is the second one of these I've made. The only thing you're ruining is the lens hood for your Tokina. And these are only 15 bucks, so who gives a damn, right? So there's that. So this is it. Very lightweight. The whole thing, the whole absolute thing, including the fiber optics, is just under 7 ounces. So I'll just rest right there, just like that. Did I actually put that back in there? Yeah, I did. Excuse me. There we go. 7 ounces total. $60 total. That's including the Nikon, the old Nikon Speedlight SP22. So 30 bucks for this, $20 for the fiber optics, another $10 for 2 sticks of JB Weld. This is the JB Weld. This is the steel stick. This is the last stick you use. It's a binary putty. And while there are other do-it-yourself fiber optic units out there, there's nothing like this, and as you can see, it's complete 360 degrees. And the light is gorgeous. And like I said, the great thing, since the Tokina doesn't have vibration reduction, if I want to go outside and take pictures of some insects, and I say, oh, I want to choose like 1.5 feet, or insects are scary, let me go to, oh, 1.33 feet. I'll need to drop it down, 18. Ta-da! Perfect. Perfect. I showed you the macro rig that I had before. Obviously, it's a big, heavy contraption. The whole total weight on it with the ball head and everything. It's not ungainly. Gives you a different lighting effect, obviously, but you're looking at 3.5 pounds with the bracket and the ball head and the regular full-size speed light. This thing, not including the speed light, 7 ounces. So I forget what the exact weight with batteries is with this smaller SB22. And this is all sitting on an Icon D750. Put it on whatever you want, but this is freaking awesome. And if you don't think so, then you are a crack smoking D-bag, because it is incredible. So there it is, folks. My little invention, obviously not the first one to come out with a fiber optic ring light, obviously not, but mine's certainly the most simple, and as I say, simplicity is divinity.